So many people come into my world and they say, Trace, what do I say in my videos? And it's as if they think they have a lack of ideas. And that's not actually the case. I bet that you have a zillion ideas running around up here on what you could talk about on video, but you don't know how to focus those ideas into videos that are interesting to your audience. And that's what we're going to talk about today. So hit that notification bell and that subscribe button, and I'll meet you back here in 3, 2, 1. Welcome back. Listen, if you're going to use video, and of course, I hope you do, as part of your marketing plan, it's so important for you to understand before you know what you're going to talk about, where are you posting these videos? There are different platforms, and therefore your content, or hey Trace, what do I say, is different for each one. So let's go through the 3 different types of videos and their respective platforms. Okay, so you have your search engine videos, and we're on one right now. You have YouTube and Pinterest. You have your social videos like TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and then you have what I consider its own category of video, the authority building video, and that's really LinkedIn. It has its own little spot in the interwebs there. This is why I twitch when people tell me their YouTube strategy is to take their Facebook lives and just post them over on YouTube. Twitch. Yes, that's okay if you're simply wanting a couple more watch minutes, but it's not a strategy because the type of viewer on YouTube is very different than the type of viewer on Facebook. And that's what we're going to talk about right now. We're going to break down each of these so that you know what to say depending on where you're posting your video. Okay, let's start with YouTube, and I'm going to throw Pinterest in there as well because it is a search engine video. What does that mean? Oh, it's a search engine. And what that means is your topics, or Trace, what do I talk about, need to match what your audience is physically searching for. What are they putting into that Google bar? Because I like to call it YouToogle, because whatever comes into Google, the first thing you see are the videos. And so we want to make sure that what you're talking about, what the first words out of your mouth and what your title are, match what people are putting into the search bar. Search engine. YouTube is the how videos. I talk a lot about the different types of videos. You have your what, your why, and your how. YouTube and Pinterest are your how videos. People are searching, how do I do this? And you better answer them. And you better answer them quickly, because think about how you would consume information. Are you going to watch a video that takes 30 minutes and has some views, or are you going to watch the one that's 7 minutes and has a bunch of views? Yeah, so make it short and make sure you're answering whatever it is that they're searching for. That's how you know what to say in your YouTube or Pinterest videos. Now, the steps to figuring out what to say on video is 1, you need to do keyword research. This is really important because what you have up here probably doesn't match the keyword strings that people are putting into that Google bar. My friends Justin and Mike over at PVA have a great video getting you started on keyword search and search strings to help you figure out what your specific audience is searching for. Then the second thing we need to do, be helpful. Don't beat around the bush. If I am searching, I am YouToogling how to set up my bed frame, and you tell me all of the reasons the bed frame is really important, the history of a bed frame, wah, 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 wah. Just show me how to assemble the darn bed frame. Ding. So here's a basic outline that's going to help you figure out what to say for your videos. And this is exactly how I break down all of my YouTube videos. First, the hook. Go back, watch all my videos, because the first words out of my mouth are the keyword string. It is the title of my video. Then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to teach. We're going to tell them exactly what it is, how to do whatever it is they're searching for. If you have another helpful video, you can put it in there. I always do that. And I'm like, hey, I have another video on that. And then at the end, you want to ask them to do something. You can ask them to comment. You can ask them to download something. You can ask them to simply subscribe and hit the notification bell. That is also a call to action. But what we don't want to do is leave them hanging. Now, notice that I did not put in my YouTube or Pinterest video script anything about me. Why? Because nobody cares. They're coming. It's a search engine for the answer to whatever they're searching for. They don't care about you. Sorry, not sorry. Okay, let's move on. Social videos. Now, social videos are Instagram and Facebook. I'm not really going to include TikTok here because there's not really talking in TikTok. It's just putting words or pointing or dancing. And for me, it doesn't really matter what you say. That is all just about stopping people in your scroll. But so is Instagram and Facebook. So when we talk about the content or what should I say, Trace, here you're trying to stop them in their scroll. So they're not searching for anything. They are just actively on Instagram or actively on Facebook, scrolling through their feed, and you need to stop them. So how do we do that? Well, first with the scroll stopping description. So here you don't have to match anything they're searching for. You simply have to say, I'm amazing, and this is what you need to stop for. Or you can do it like this, I'm amazing, and this is what you should stop for. But I want you to think about your content that way. You are stopping their scroll. Now, what do you talk about? The what and the why, not the how. They're not searching for anything over here. This is your opportunity on social to really bring them into your world, but you have to do these in tiny little bites. You don't want to fire hose. And if you're teaching the how, you're giving away the farm. So think about the what and the why. And I like to give an example that if I were teaching a course on running, which I never would because I'm a terrible runner, but if I were, and I had a running course for couch potatoes, I would stop people in their scroll and say, you can lose 20 pounds in 20 days, even if you've never run before, something like that, right? Scroll stopping. Then the content I'm teaching is the what and the why. What is my program about? Why do they need this type of thing? I might teach about stretching. I might teach about the best clothes to wear. Because remember, you know your audience, they're couch potatoes. They don't know if they have to wear those funny little frog-toed shoes or whether they can just wear flip-flops. You're teaching them things to get them set up and ready for your course, right? The what and the why, not the how. That's what you're selling, your course. So the most important thing to think about with your social videos is really that scroll stopper. What is the first thing they're going to read so that they actually stop? And a little trick I use in Facebook is to kind of just do one of these when I start, like, hey, today we're going to talk about, or hey, you're wondering, just a little scroll stopper with my hands, my eyes, my eyebrow, right? So you want to stop their scroll, and then you have to compel them to do something. What is the next thing you want them to do? Now, I use live video, and I think that live video is the best way on social to get people into your world so that they trust you. And so I'm teaching the whats and the whys about video and bringing them into my world, sending them over to YouTube videos, maybe getting them on my list. Ooh, amazing. But I do it with tiny little nurture bites, not giving away the farm, not fire hosing them with a lot of information, and not, once again, talking about me. Now, if you do want to use live video, and I highly recommend it because your audience prefers live video, I have a cheat sheet in the description there called my Thrive on Live cheat sheet. So again, when you're wondering, Trace, what do I say on social video? The basic outline is simply the hook, your scroll stopper. Why are they there? Why should they stop? Teach, again, is it sounding familiar, but you're teaching the what and the why. Then you want to have a call to action. Now, sometimes I'll recap, but again, these are short videos. You don't have to be talking for 30 minutes at a time. Now, as your audience grows and people show up, or you have more to talk about, yeah, you can extend the length a little bit, but there's no right or wrong amount of time for your social videos. Now let's wrap this up with LinkedIn videos. This is a professional network. This is where you're setting yourself up as the authority. And 91% of professionals say that they come to LinkedIn for quality content. Not only that, video outperforms articles and posts 3-to-1. So video is a great place to show up on LinkedIn with the right kind of video. And again, these are your authority building videos. Now on LinkedIn, when we talk about what do I say on video, We're talking about positioning yourself as an authority, like I said. So that means you want people to recognize you as the key opinion leader. So you want content that establishes you as the expert we both know you are. So you can talk about your brand awareness, brand story. You can use statistics. You can bring in social proof. You can interview someone else. You can reference someone else. Now, just like all of the other platforms, LinkedIn wants you to stay on LinkedIn, YouTube wants you to stay on YouTube, Facebook definitely wants you to stay on Facebook. So when you are sending people somewhere, try and keep it within that platform. But again, what do I say? Well, here you're going to share your knowledge in a way that makes the viewer want to work with you. You can be a little more bold about making offers on LinkedIn because people expect over there to pay the expert for their expertise. So your script for LinkedIn is going to be a little bit different because you're able to do a little bit more self-promoting over there. So you can come in and say, hey, I just got off a call with this client, and then build what is their authority? Why should people be impressed that you are on with that client? And what did you help them do, right? You're going to be a little more assertive about saying, hey, this is my wheelhouse, and here's why you should hire me. So I hope all of this has been helpful for you. And now you know, hey, Trey, I do know what to say on video. And as always, hit that notification bell and that subscribe button. And Amanda, dance us out with the music. Actually, I'll do the dancing. You just put the music in. I'm going to dance.